Hey guys, we're live. I'm still trying to adjust the lighting here. Hope it's not too dark. I think a little bit better than it was the first time we did it in this room, and I'm going to try to eliminate some of the background noise a little bit. But welcome to a Heart to Heart. I thought we would do this video series where we just kind of relax and talk about what's on our minds, talk about what's on my mind. I usually throw out a topic, and then some people will chime in with what's on their mind. We do try to steer clear of politics because there's enough of that in our lives. And I just think it's a really quick way to divide half of us. And I don't like to go there, okay? Because there's so many things that bring us together that the last thing we need to do is find things to take us apart. That's just never a good thing for me, especially I think if I was doing a political show or an opinion show or hot topics or anything like that, different, but that's not what I strive for here. So please keep your comments kind and don't put down your favorite, don't elevate your favorite politician. Don't put down the one you disdain, because like I said, that's a really quick way to eliminate half of us. And we quickly learned that in my family, because it's just been awful. It's been awful the way people can think that they can just say what they want and not hurt people's feelings. And you really do hurt people's feelings when you tell them that the way they think politically is not correct. So that's not what I wanted to talk about today. I really wanted to just talk about what we are fearing. And I'm not afraid to say the coronavirus. Can't even say it. I'm not afraid to say the word. I mean, it's been said all over the place. I know people are now doing videos about it, so it doesn't bother me. But there are some things that are bothering me out there. One is I have not left the house in 2 days. I didn't leave today all day. I thought I was going to be able to go to the post office, but my husband had some errands to do, so I didn't get to do that. But I am going to have to get out there and get my shipping done for sure. And I don't know, it's just interesting how certain people, my family included, we tend to give out advice and then we don't take it ourselves. I'm hearing a lot of that going around in my family right now, where everyone will say, oh, you better not go here, you better not go there, you better stay home. And then they take off. And they're like, oh, well, it's not over 50 people. Well, today it's supposed to be not over 10 people. So you just, I don't know. I guess you just got to make up your own mind. What is safe for you? And, your particular situation, how vulnerable your system is and what kind of people, not what kind of people, but how many people will be in a certain place at a certain time. My husband didn't have too much trouble going to the store today. He was able to purchase eggs and get back pretty quickly. Not to say that it wasn't, the shelves were not pretty much bare in some areas. They were, but I don't know. I just think it's really, it's a frightening thing. I wanted to go to the gym so bad. I have been feeling like things are working for me. I was just putting on my shirt today and I was like, oh my gosh, I can feel some muscles coming back. It's fantastic to say that, So I guess I have to pull out the weights. I think they're under the table somewhere, and just do some heavy lifting here at home, because I don't even know if my gym is open. It may actually be closed. So I haven't checked. I should have gone to check, but I don't know. Maybe I'll walk over there and see if it's open. That'll be my exercise. This is not that far from here. But yeah, a lot of people are quick to tell other people what to do, and then they don't do it themselves. I'm seeing that happen here in my home. What about you guys? Are you doing okay? Everyone doing okay? And I hope those of you who have small children are finding everything you need to find. It's really difficult. I can't even imagine having to make sure you have enough milk and food for your babies. It's just, I didn't even buy that much food. I bought a lot of frozen food, and I bought a few frozen meats to cook, because I know I can make, one package of meat, spread out to 3 meals, because it's just my husband and I and my middle daughter, my youngest daughter. So I sure hope everyone is faring well and is able to get the supplies that they need. Quarantined at home, you got to make more videos. Thank you. I will, Doug. I'm going to actually record a few tonight of the jewelry because I've been very disappointed with my lighting. Even today, I adjusted my background and I don't know what's going on. I think I just need to bring another light behind me. It's very tricky to do those close-up videos. It's not as easy as people think. And especially if you want the things to be, to be shown in their best light, so to speak, all pun intended. So I'll be adjusting that, and I will definitely be recording some so they can go a little bit faster. But I do want to do some live ones too. I love coming live like at different hours. I know I've come, I think one time I even did one at 5 in the morning. It was fantastic because people from other parts of the world were able to watch, and other parts of the world are definitely suffering quite a bit and for a longer period with this quarantine. So I hope that my videos can bring a little bit of respite. Have you heard of they're not adding curfews because of the virus? I don't know about curfews. It might, I think it's been discussed, and that's another thing, guys, is to be very wary of where you get your news. Just because it's on the internet, just because it's on a video, just because your favorite YouTuber said it was so, does not mean it is so. Check with the CDC, check with your local authorities before you take anything to heart. People were saying it's not viable on a surface for any length of time at all. And then someone said, well, it is for 4 hours. And then someone said it's for 2 hours. And then another one said, well, it's not really airborne. And, there's just so many rumors going out there. And that's what happens in a situation like this. We just, we tend to scan the news, and well, that's with everything, it's why they call it fake news, because they spin it the way they want to spin it. And you have to make sure you check more than one source. Don't just, go to the sources where they favor this side of the aisle or the other. Check them all, and mostly check your local news. Those are really important. I just found out today we're actually extending the break now, and it's not even a break because our break was going to end on Monday. It should have been from Friday through, no, not Friday through Monday, but Friday through the following Monday through Friday, and then come back Monday. It should have started on the 16th. So now we're not going back till the 15th of April, I believe, or April 5th. It's like the first week in April. I just got that notice right now. So, I'm starting to worry not only about the severity of it, of course, but also, are we going to have to be doing online schooling? I know they had told my daughter that to prepare for that, and which is a great thing. It's better than losing a paycheck for sure. And I know a lot of people are actually feeling it in the pocketbook. So I really do extend my prayers out to them as well. But yeah, it can definitely make us kind of grumpy and kind of, I don't know. I've been kind of on edge as well. I try not to be that way, but like I said, somebody will say something to me like what I've been saying to them, and then they don't follow my advice. But then when I tell them, they take offense. Like, I'm doing it right. I don't know. Everybody's just on edge. So just take it easy. And with everybody that you encounter, the people, of course, that you're going to meet at a store or anything, but also with your own family, because it's so easy for us to really lose it with our own family and, think that that they're not feeling what you're feeling, and maybe they're trying to hold up the fence for us, and I know that when you're grieving, it's very easy for you to be the one to want to be strong, and then everyone else, you want to prop everybody else up, but you've got to have that chance to do it as well. And I know it's kind of like a grief process to me in a way, because we're losing everything about our life, our livelihood and our lifestyle, and the freedom to go and please and come and go as we please, rather. So it's a difficult thing. Thank you guys again for being here. I do appreciate it. I hope you took the time to hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't. This is just a weekly series that I do. I normally do jewelry and thrift hauls and everything like that. But I think it's a good thing to come together as a community and just talk about what's on our minds. So let me say hello to a couple of people and see if you have some comments or anything you want to add to the discussion today. Hey, Cindy Dodds and Dora and Laura and Leslie, Lori, B. Good evening to everyone. Mary Ellen. Thank you. And Kim Cree. You have a ring stuck on your fat finger. Oh my gosh, can you cut it off? That happened once to me. Someone had to cut it off me. Actually, it's happened twice. One time a door slammed on me, and another time it was, I don't even want to talk about it. Amanda Parrott, how are you? They're really bad during live chats. Yes. Well, I think I have a few of my wrenches in here, my mods. I really am grateful for them. So we will. And thank you so much. I'm glad you're doing well, Miss Lily. And Doug is here. Guillermo, thanks for being here. I'm sorry they canceled your Vegas trip. I know how much you love that. That is such a shame. It really is. You should have been in Vegas. I know. Things are starting to shut down. Where are you, Miss Cindy Dodds? Oh, you're in Canada. Yeah. And Joanne, thank you. I've had these glasses forever, and I think I need new ones. This is another frustrating thing about me, guys. I am very, very, very. It doesn't, I always talk about, or I always think, oh, I'm not anxious, or I don't have anxiety issues. But in a way, I think I really do. I went to an eye doctor last couple of weeks. I think I told you guys I was going to go to an eye doctor and try to get a new prescription. Well, the people at the eye doctor said, yes, we're at the same location since we came last, which was like 2 years prior. Well, I get there and they're not there. And I walk across the street. And you know how these little medical complexes are. I walk across the street to go in there. And I asked the people that were there, they're like the information people and the security. They said, oh, no, they moved across the street, right across the street. Just walk over there. So I walked over there, and this was after parking fairly far. And I had to do a lot of walking, which is fine. I don't mind. And then they said, no, actually, they're way on the other side. You have to go. And I didn't want to get in my car. It's so hard to find parking. So I must have walked, I would say a whole mile, maybe a little over. And then I get over there and I cannot find the place at all. So I walk into a place that I think it was a dentist place. And just to make a phone call, because the freeway was right in front of me, I couldn't hear a thing. I call them and they say, oh, no, we're actually in the medical plaza. We're right here by the hospital, which is in the same general area, right? We're right here by the hospital. Just come into the hospital and, where the light is at the top. And I've been in that hospital. That's where my grandson was born. And I got lost in there. It is an absolute abyss. Well, I just lost it. I just said, you know what? You guys told me you were in the same place. And I was just like, why did I react that way? But I do when I get lost or frustrated. That's what I do. I just like shut down and I'm just not going. And I cancel the appointment and I haven't gone. So I really do need another prescription, but I hate getting lost. I hate it. And I know now with GPS and everything, even GPS gets me lost. So I just can't stand it. I totally lose it. Now, is that an anxiety attack? I think it is because I just lost it. I was literally in tears. I just could not believe it that I'd already gone all around. And then they still wanted me to go get lost inside a hospital. And I just wasn't going to do it. But anyway, that's kind of the way I am sometimes with this situation as well. I feel like if I don't just isolate myself a little bit, literally, from the family, I just may, just will not be gracious. Hey, Miss Liz, how are you? And Vanessa's here too. I hope you're doing well tonight, Miss Vanessa. And I know I saw some of you guys earlier in my video for jewelry. That was fun. But like I was saying, I really have to adjust the lighting. I don't know what's going on with the lighting. I just don't understand. I changed the cloth. I don't know. I'm going to play with it a little bit more. You're in the food industries. The stores are doing great. They're doing their best, absolutely. And the warehouse can hardly keep. I can't even imagine. But it's, now, if it's just that people don't want to go out, they just want to hoard in order not to have to go out. And something they should not have. I don't think you need that much sanitizer. If you're going to be at home, you have soap. I did get my soft soap in the mail today from Amazon. I still haven't gotten my toilet paper. I just happened to order some. I think I ordered like an 8-pack roll. I don't know where it's coming from, but it's not here yet. But they are actually running out of supplies as well. Yeah, you just need to be kind to one another. And I had to step back. I didn't like what my husband told me earlier today about something. I think he said the word, and I hope he's watching so he can know. And anybody out there, because sometimes I don't want to tell you, you know what, this is what you did. But this is when I said something and he said, I already told you. I hate when people say, I already told you. Oh my gosh, it reminds me of my math teacher in 8th grade. It makes you feel like you don't know anything when somebody tells you, I already told you. Okay, so I happened to forget. Tell me again, right? So I retreated instead of starting an argument about why that makes me feel very belittled when you tell me I already told you. I worked with a girl who used to say that and I couldn't stand it. I could not stand it. It's a very demeaning, to me, it's a very demeaning statement. I don't know. I'm kind of sensitive that way when it comes to certain words. Are you guys that way? Oh, I can't stand it, Lily. I just can't stand it. So I came to the room and then he says, are you mad? And I was like, no, but you know what? You can polish these things for me. I handed him a bracelet that had a little bit of gold around it. You know how sometimes our sterling has gold over it? Well, this one was a lovely bracelet, but it still had just a few traces of gold. He polished it right off. Then I handed him a couple of rings. So then I felt a little bit better. I wasn't so angry at him. I know it's petty, but that's just the way it is. You don't like that either? I can't stand it. There are certain words that just get to you, and that is one of them. And that reminds me of bad teachers. I don't like when teachers say that. I try not to say that to children. I really, especially with a math question, because sometimes you need it said to you more than once and more in different ways, you know? Go get that ring off before you lose your finger. Oh my goodness. Oh, that too. Some things are demeaning for sure. It really means he forgets. Yeah, I mean, it was about the neighbors. I mean, it wasn't even important. It was about the neighbors and their kids coming home because they've also, you know, been canceled, all the universities. And I think he had told me they're not coming till next week or something. So I had forgotten. But anyway, I didn't like it. So there. Your husband wants you to go to the ER to have it cut off. Oh, no, no, no. You don't have to. You can put some little wire cutters in there. It might hurt because they have to go in there. Get your husband to do it. When mine got caught, some guys did it for me, some friends of mine. It just got twisted in there, and it was a thin band, though, so I don't know how thick your band is. And he was able to go in there with some nippers and nip it right off. Oh my, but you're going to have to because it's going to get more swollen. You're going to have to do something. I don't know if they're going to, I wouldn't go near an ER right now, though, unless I was going to get tested or something for the virus. Oh my goodness. Do you do the same to Carlos? I know, I feel that way too. And I think right now, especially, hey, is Robert Jones in here? Put soap on the ring. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Jones, how are you? Yeah, that helps too. Plus, I don't know why my hands have been getting kind of thin this week, and some rings are fitting really loose. I don't know what it is. Maybe drinking more water, but you don't have time for that. You really have to get it cut off. It really means he forgets. Let me see where I am right now. But anyway, I was also thinking about not only this scare, but have you guys ever actually become not only just, well, you can mention, of course, if that's the case with illness, but where you've almost your life was spared? Has that ever happened to you? Maybe I've had two. I've had one that was almost drowning. That's when I told you guys I wanted to learn how to swim because of that incident. And another time I was out with my girlfriends. I must have been 18, 17 years old. At that time, you could drink at that age at 18. We had been at a discotheque in front. A disco wasn't a discotheque. Discotheques was from the 60s. It was a disco. We had been there. I think we'd gone to get a snack or something, and we came back, and we were crossing this street, and it was probably about I would say a 4-lane, like a highway, actually. And we were crossing it, and I was just about I was crossing it. I was going to cross it. Well, my girlfriend got me and threw me out of the way, and a car whizzed by. So she basically pulled me back. I don't know how she was able to do it, but I guess when you're scared. But she pulled me back, and she saved my life. And I always think about that when I come close to something really scary, like I think we're facing right now. I mean, I don't know. I'm on and off with this thing. I'm scared, and then I'm not scared, and then I'm scared, and then I'm not scared. But like I said, I haven't left the house in going on 2 days. I'm hoping to leave right now. I'm going to go for a walk. I am going to walk to the gym. I'm not going to go in. I usually drive there, and it takes 2 minutes. So I'm going to walk over there just to see if they have any hours posted on there, and just to get some fresh air when I get out of here. I try to get my husband to do it, but he won't. He doesn't like to walk. I don't know why he doesn't like to exercise. I mean, I guess he works enough and he thinks that's exercise. I don't know. But has that ever happened to you guys where you've come really, really close to what do you call it? Kicking the bucket, buying the farm? We got 46 people and 20 thumbs up. Go over there by the screen where I'm at. Big, get out of the chat for a minute and hit that thumbs up for me, guys. So many times. Really, really, Miss Lori. Yeah, it was really scary. And I did see, it's true. They do, your life flashes before you. I didn't see it when I was going to the disco, but when I was drowning, I did. I did start thinking about my childhood and all kinds of things came into my head. I mean, it was really weird. It was really weird. Car accident, jaws of life. Oh my goodness. 2 months in the hospital, Joanna. Yeah. That changes your perspective on a lot of things, I imagine. I know a lot of people feel that way when they've had heart attacks and things. Or like I had a cousin who had open heart surgery before he was even 50 several times, and it was a perfect experience for me when I had a brain tumor operation. Oh, Miss Cindy, yes. Several years ago, I was in a short flight between Atlanta and Augusta, and one of the two. Oh my goodness, Doug. I cannot even imagine. I can't even stand the turbulence, and I've had some rough turbulence. And my kids have come on planes where they've had to take rerouted because of turbulence and things that went wrong. Oh, it's just so unnerving. But I think about that kind of thing right now because it's like, you just have no control except what you have control over, which is staying out of those crowds. Now it's down to 10 people, no more than 10 people, so I guess that's why the restaurants are getting closed and all of that. Wow. Hit a semi? Oh my goodness, Mary Ellen. I had a semi hit me in the back. I had one hit me and it was unbelievable that it was not more damage. And we were getting on the freeway. It was my fault. I'd switched lanes when I shouldn't have as I was coming into the freeway. So luckily he was alert and able to stop, kind of in time and not caused me too much damage. It took like 3 months to get my car fixed. I have a German car and it took forever to get those parts. So I was without a car for, I think, about 3 or 4 months. It was ridiculous. Hey, Miss Donatella, how are you? I've been enjoying your videos from talking to your cousins overseas. It's very enlightening for all of us and all the best to them as well. I was in a roller coaster. Oh my goodness. I can't stand those things now. I used to love roller coasters and things like that. I've been afraid lately. What happened? An elevator and a few other things that are long stories. Yeah, absolutely. You were smashed by 2 dump trucks. Oh my goodness, Miss Vanessa. Oh, that's horrible. Boy, you went through a lot there with your husband. Yeah, it's a weird thing that stays with you forever, especially the one about the one where my friend threw me out of the way. She literally threw me out. I hadn't even seen that car, and that car was whizzing by. It was a Friday night, crazy people out driving and crazy teenage girls crossing the street trying to get to the disco. And but I'll never forget that. And that's one girl that I still talk to. She's my best friend from long ago. But she saved my life. Your teen years, Robert, I know, right? Definitely. Sometimes, I mean, that's why a lot of accidents happen too, with the people driving crazy and when they're young, they think they're invincible. And when we're faced with things like this, we start thinking about stuff like that. I know I do. And it's just like, hey, if God didn't call me then, he's going to call me when he calls me. And all I can do is keep washing my hands and, do the right thing and get what I need, do what they're telling me to do. But in the end, what can you actually do? I think I've talked to you guys before. My relatives, I've had some die young. I've had a grandmother who, I think, she was 89. She smoked all her life. She rolled her own bugler. I think we used to call it bugler. I don't even know what it was, but smoked all her life, lived to about 89. Her daughter smoked, and her daughter died at, I think even older. I think even older, more like 92 or something like that. And then we've had, like I said, a cousin who had open heart surgery at 40 before he even hit 50. He was in his 40s. It's just incredible. You were stabbed. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Crazy teenagers from high school. Yeah, I think we all go through a little bit of that. And even the ones that aren't crazy, bus accidents, sports accidents, disease. There's really not much we can do. There's really not. And that's why I guess we just need to step back and, buy what you need only. There's only so much tissue paper that you need. There's only so much, even food, I mean, think about, now's the time to really watch those planning videos, those food planning menu planners. They have wonderful ideas. And I was doing a lot of that a couple of years ago where, you'd buy your entire grocery list based on that plan. And then with the leftover cheese from the enchiladas, you'd make, some tostadas, or you'd make some chicken and rice. Like right now, I made chicken and rice. I think I told you guys I didn't put the whole chicken in there because it's just too much for us. So I boiled half of it, and now I'm going to make chicken salad with it. And I'm going to throw that into my regular tossed salad with not actually the mayonnaise, but, trying to make a few things out of what I have, because I don't want to go back to the store, and I don't want to have all this. I don't have an extra freezer. I can't put extra food in there at all. Thanks, Guillermo. I appreciate that. Thelma, I just stepped in to show support. Oh, Pamela, I'm hoping you get better. Thank you for popping in. I hope you get, my daughter is sick too. My eldest daughter is fighting a cold, but she's very vigilant. She's been vigilant on this, guys, since January. She heard about it coming out of China since January, and she stocked up on not ibuprofen, but the Tylenol for kids, because she has a little one, and they're both fighting a cold right now, but they haven't had any fever, but she has that Tylenol just in case. And yeah, there's just a lot of scary, issues going on right now with everyone. And we're all, as soon as somebody sneezes, we're like, oh my goodness. But yeah, definitely just stay out of the stores. Don't overbuy. What do you need all that stuff for? It's gonna pass when it passes, and it'll be okay. But definitely watch those planner videos, guys. I love those meal planner. Those are great. Starting with who is that? The Pioneer woman has some, but hers are a little bit more commercialized now. There's other people. My cousin actually has a great channel. She does a lot of wonderful Mexican food. She lives actually in Southwest Texas, and she does some, hers is called The J Life. She does great videos, and she's got little kids too. So she plans for those big meals. You have older neighbors, and your husband's going to help me make food for them. Good. That's fabulous. Yeah, there's a lot of places setting up right now. Your daughter's fighting a cold too? Yes, it is. Well, just keep an eye on it, that it doesn't turn into the fever, because that's the one that, you want to keep an eye on. I know. They are doing a lot of cleaning at our supermarket. As soon as you get your cart, it's wiped down. I suggest you bring your own. I was able to find some wipes and some Lysol from my classroom that I already had from last month. We had a Donors Choose campaign, and they sent us a lot of things like that just out of the blue. It's so lucky how sometimes things are serendipitous, right? I wasn't even expecting to get anything, but one of my co-teachers, or one of my teachers that works with me, said, hey, can you take some pictures of us working in the classroom? And I'm going to try to get this campaign. They're sending me all kinds of things. And they came just in time. I mean, wipes and Lysol and color pencils and everything we could ever need in the classroom. And those wipes are like so hard to find right now. So they really are taking precautions in the grocery stores with all of that kind of stuff. And then I heard today they were feeding some of the workers there too. Some of the local restaurants were taking them burgers and things because they've been just overrun with trying to restock. Yeah. So be considerate with that, because I know we can get a little grumpy. I got grumpy today. I got sensitive for, ridiculous things, I know, but sometimes those little words really hurt, they really do. And you don't want to say, well, this and that. And then they would say, well, I didn't mean it like that. And then you just go back and forth. It's tennis at the table. You don't want to do that. Your cart went off the track 100 feet in the air. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's so horrible. No, I don't do those rides anymore. I do not do them anymore. Hot water bottle under the bed cover is very comforting. Yeah, that's another thing we need to comfort ourselves. And my son was advising, don't get stuck on the TV. I'm like, I don't even watch TV. I watch YouTube. But I'm trying to watch things that make me feel good. Not that we don't need to talk about it. This is what's so ridiculous. I think we should talk about it and what fears we have. We can't always just hide under beautiful earrings. I'm here playing with these beautiful earrings. Look at these. I think I showed them earlier. They are clip-on. And I just finished looking at my earlobes, guys. I really don't think these earlobes are going to stay pierced for very long. I think they're going to split, like a few of you guys have mentioned. We can't always just talk about pretty things. I love talking about pretty things and all of that, but we also need to vent a little bit and talk a little bit about the fears that we're holding. And I think it helps. I really do. I think even if you're talking to, people on the internet, I think like I was telling you guys last week, sometimes we open up better with strangers on the internet, with people in our community that we've been talking to. For me, I've been on here 6 years, I believe. And Vanessa, I've known for 6 years. Several people I've known for a long time, and I feel closer to them in many ways. I've actually been trying to contact some of my relatives, and I can't even been able to hear back from them. Everyone's busy with their lives and stuff, but we all come here together at one time or another in the day. And I think it helps, along with looking at pretty jewelry. And, I can't take y'all on a ride along this month. I don't think I'll be doing ride alongs, but we will be talking a lot, and I will be showing you a lot of jewelry, and we'll come together again, talking here on Heart to Heart about anything you want to talk about, because I think it alleviates a little bit of panic and fear. Because, gosh, you got to talk about it, guys. Just like you got to cry about it. If something once makes you cry, I keep waking up and saying, I'm telling my husband, I'm scared. I'm really scared. And then he talks me out of it, and he's like, what are you scared about? All you have to do is this, and all you have to do is that. And, you're fairly healthy, and you're not going, to school, which I shouldn't even have gone on Friday. I feel so horrible for even going, but I had to go. And everybody said, you should have called in. You should have called in. But it was important that I go on that field trip, and I went. And, again, what can you do? I did what I could do. I sprayed everything everywhere. I went in the bus and I sprayed my seat, and I went back in the bus and I sprayed my seat. I got off 4 times. I sprayed it 4 times. I sprayed my water bottle. I sprayed my phone, the Lysol. It's still working. It's a great phone, guys. I've sprayed it at least 10 times. So I'm doing what I can do. You need to go to work one more day, and then you're going to get the week off. Miss Carla, Miss Princess, I hope you do. The virus doesn't scare me. It's everything else. Resale therapy. Everything else. Yeah, like what? I don't know. Viruses are scary. Bacterial meningitis was what killed my niece, and viruses are scary. Very scary to me. It's what killed my niece at 19, and it killed her in 24 hours. In 24 hours. So it's scary. It's a very scary thing for me. And like my daughter was lamenting the other night when someone was complaining about them closing our rodeo, literally complaining, why did they have to close our rodeo? And she says, Mom, they don't understand what it's like to lose a loved one, have to glove up, take a Cipro in order to say goodbye to your loved one who passed within 24 hours from a bacterial infection. So, yeah, it's a real thing. It's a real thing, and it scares me. It really does. Thank you, Cindy. Yeah. So when she put it like that, I was like, yeah. And I just had to, tell her I love her and I know what she's going through, and she's scared, and bringing back memories of prior loss and how it was lost, also to an infection. And it happens all the time too. And I tell my kids every time I teach a class and it comes up and I see a kid sharing a bottle, because they have this horrible habit of sharing bottles of water. And I write the name on the board, meningitis, and I tell them, please go to, I think it's Meningitis Angels or some website where it tells you there, don't share drinks, don't share lipstick, don't share mascara. Watch who you're around, because bacterial meningitis is a real thing. And even if you get immunized to it, there are certain strains that all it does is basically boost a little bit of immunity for you. But it definitely is a real deal. And it's a very common thing with young people, especially in dorms or in congregated areas like we're experiencing now. So, yeah, it does scare me. But you're right. Other things are scary too. The people, the way they're reacting. Some people are being very obnoxious about it. Some people are not considerate of the people that are working so hard to keep us safe and keep us fed. And, we just need to step back a little bit and be grateful that we do have all of that. And people are working as hard as they can. And people are working with the unknown, and not be so quick to criticize every politician that comes online and, that comes up with and doesn't say the right thing that you want to hear. Just calm down for a second and realize it's a new beast out there. It's a new beast out there. And I think that, we just need to give people a little bit of time and cut them some slack if they don't say the exact word you want to hear. Just like my husband said the wrong word to me today. It got me in a bad mood. Yeah. Yeah. I got you. Resale therapy. Yeah, most definitely. I never thought I would lose my husband so fast, but there's nothing we can do except go on and live our life the best we can. Absolutely, Vanessa. Absolutely. That was really fast. That was really fast. And that's unfortunately the way some of those cancers come in, don't they? Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm so sorry, Walter. Yeah. Take a walk. That's what I'm going to do, Miss Princess Casserole. Go in your backyard, Google Hangouts, YouTube, connect with your friends and family. Yes. And my son says, call me. Call me. We're going to be home a lot because they canceled everything. And he's got a pre-K baby, and then the other ones too. But they're in all kinds of activities. They do cooking classes. They do soccer. They do, they go to the Catholic school. She goes 3 times a week, I think. So he's like, we're just here. Please call us. Now's the time for us to reconnect. And it's so true. We're always running around here and there. And can you call me on Saturday to do a FaceTime so I can see their precious faces? And now he's like, you call me whenever you want, and we will sit down. And, like yesterday, she called us, and she just, my 3-year-old granddaughter, actually she's 4 already. 4, she just put us in a hat, and then she put us in the toy box, but she was still talking to us. And then she would take us out, and she was pretending to do a tea party with us. And we were on for like 30 minutes. So that is definitely the time to connect. Now is definitely the time to connect with that, do that kind of thing. Like Princess was saying, get out there and take a walk, enjoy the pretty weather. The spring weather is out there and it is fabulous. And the sun is coming out in lots of places, and you don't have to be in a crowd of 10 or more people or 50 people or waiting in line at Starbucks or anywhere else. You can be in your own backyard and smell those pretty weeds if that's all you have. Just look at that beautiful Mother Nature out there. I wanted to get out to do some gardening. I have so many beautiful flowers. I used to love to garden. I kind of put it on the back burner, but I definitely need to go and dig in that dirt. And if anything, just, repot things. Things have grown out of their pots. I need to move them and make, what do you call it? When you split it in half, propagate or whatever. I used to make so many, especially those spider plants. I love those. Can make so many plants out of those. The spider and the snake plants and all of that. I used to envy my grandmother and my aunt. They had such green thumbs. It made anything grow. You know what my grandmother could do? But it was because she was totally God's gift to us. She would get a dozen roses for Mother's Day or whatever. She'd get some roses. I don't know how she planted those roses, but she would, I guess, put them in a vase with water in a little glass. She could root them and replant them. And pretty soon she would tell us, look, do you like the rose bush that came from, the birthday present that I got 2 years ago? She could actually do that. It was incredible. It was incredible, but she could make roses come. She could grow rose bushes out of a dozen roses that were sent to her. But again, she was God's gift to me. Thank you, Tammy. I straightened it out. That's another thing I'm doing with my extra time. I'm playing with my hair. I straightened it with an iron. I know I'm not supposed to. It burns it. I've actually seared it once. Got a big brown thing on it one time, just like if I was ironing a shirt. Yes, absolutely. The sunshine is so nice right now. And we haven't even gotten any rain. We had a lot of rain last week. At least daily we had one shower, but it's been nothing but sunshine. The humidity has not come in yet here in Houston, and it will. So definitely I've got like a little bit of a window right around late May. It starts getting pretty sweltering. Hues protectant. I use this spray that it's called gloss, and it really makes your hair shine. As a matter of fact, my daughter said, Mom, it looks like you have tinsel in your hair, because some of these, my hair is mostly white, but I have a little bit of gray or black. It's not really gray. It's funny about when you start graying, your hair is really not gray and silver and white. It's just a matter of proportion, right? So she says, it looks like you have tinsel, and it does. So that's what I use. But you're right. I should get that protectant. I need to do that. Plus, I've been playing with some makeup. I put eyeliner on today. I put some cat eyes because, sure, I got to pull my eye like that to get that little tail because of the wrinkles, but hey, I did it anyway. What the heck? It's fun. I love makeup. You got the Chi one? Oh, yes. And I had bought a certain hair thing that had like a hot air, but it had a brush. I forgot the name of it. And it came with a fabulous oil that I don't know. I think I have to order it. It smelled so good. You're absolutely right about that. It smelled really, really good. I almost wanted it for perfume. It smelled so good. Drinking a little red wine doesn't hurt either. I hadn't drank wine in so long. And I was hoping it was still good because I opened it probably a month ago. It was still good. I think it's the last of it. That's what I should have hoarded, some red wine, some Cabernet, but I didn't. Put on makeup, get dressed up, and it definitely makes you feel better. You're right about that. Yeah. Well, I hope things work out for you at work soon for, and everything gets back to normal with you, Carla. You're going to start tomorrow's the last day you said, and then y'all going to take a break. I think I posted about James Avery going dormant for 10 days. I was going to go take that necklace in to get fixed. They told me they would fix it for free. I don't know if you guys saw that little heart necklace that I found in a big ball of tangles. Well, it was missing one of the rings. It had the jump ring, but it was missing one of the rings, and she told me they would fix it for free. But she said, we are going to close today at 7 p.m. for 10 days. So I'll have to do it when we get back. They get to, yeah. Probably more than that. Yeah. Well, they just told us April. I don't know if they said April 10th or April 5th. Either way, it's April, guys. It's like a long, long time for my husband and I to have arguments. Mm-hmm. But we'll try not to. I'm going to pray on it and try to just not be anxious. I really do think I get a little touch of anxiety and get really a little oversensitive about things sometimes when I'm in a stressful thing right now. Thank you, Mary Pelletier. You're so sweet. I also love watching some of the auctions, though. If you guys watch Jerry Whitney's auctions there, you may not like the stuff he sells. He sells toys and all kinds of stuff, but it's just fun to watch people. He has his family with him, and I have bought some jewelry from him, and I've been pleased with it. But he has everything. Jerry Whitney, I think he did one today, and he's just fun to watch. And so there's a lot of fun channels out there, guys. Princess Casserole does, of course, her jewelry and jarrings, as well as other people that are in here. Vanessa promises she'll come back soon with her beautiful handbags and jewelry. So I think YouTube is really serving us today. quite a bit because we have this interaction that TV can't bring us. TV just talks at us. We can talk back. We can come in live and talk back. You don't have to agree with everything we say. We're not saying that. I'm just saying, I just don't want people talking about politics. That splits us right in half, guys. Yes, Lori. Let me see what Lily. Stalker is good. You're from the remote northwest British Columbia in Canada. You're still buried in snow. Oh my goodness. It's not snowing anywhere near here, that's for sure. 4 cases in MB. Where's MB? I think we may have had some more. That may have been what prompted the additional days for our school closure, the entire district and all the districts in Houston. And I think we have in the Houston area, I think we have at least 15 or more districts. We have quite a few. Oh, you're in Canada. Okay. Even if we don't still have snow. Yes, she has it on Wednesdays, and Makeup Zombie has it on Sundays. And it's just fun to go in there, even if you're not buying, guys. It's nice to look at jewelry and things. April had one today. Okay. There's all kinds of auctions going on. And I love, like I said, I like watching this Jerry Whitney guy, even though I'm not buying Legos and toys all the time, but I just love listening to his banter with his family and, just watching something different once in a while. And like I told you, the meal planners, guys, go look for meal planning videos. They are amazing. They really are. They taught me so much. I'm an old woman, guys. Been cooking forever, cooked for 4 kids, and I never did things like meal planning. I never even plan when I buy groceries. I would just go buy. I'm going to make this today. And I've had my friends tell me before, oh, no, I can't buy like that because I spend too much money if I buy like that. So, it's a good thing to learn. If you haven't learned how to meal plan and do your shopping that way and you have a family, do it. It's important. But I'm probably going to be doing it now. Now that we're going to be stuck here, and the rest, I know the restaurants are not going to be open very long. I don't think they've done all the restaurants here in Houston, but I think it's going to come. I really do. All right, guys, how long have we been on? We've been on 47 minutes. Let me see if anybody else has any questions. If you have any questions, guys, just highlight my name or something and I'll see it. And I'm so glad you're here. Everyone that joined us, Teresa and Mr. Jones and Linda, and Shirley. Retail therapy is real too, though, guys. I've been doing some shopping. Hey, I don't know. Maybe that's what I was going to tell you guys. That's what I was reading an article about why we hoard what we're hoarding right now. And it's because they said, psychologists, take it with a grain of salt. Psychologists have said it gives us power when we're powerless because we are feeling so powerless right now. So going out there and buying all that hand sanitizer and toilet paper and steaks that you'll never eat or too much chicken, it makes us feel that we have regained a little bit of power. Not to mention, they also, another reason they said was that it makes us feel smart. It makes us feel like we're actually doing something smart. We managed to get that last roll, right? So that's what psychiatrists have weighed in on, guys. It's giving us power. I think that's true. I think we do things that give us power back. That's kind of what people say about a lot of things, like eating disorders and things like that, that sometimes they're caused by things that make us feel powerless. So we try to gain some power somehow, some way with something that we can control. But I've been spending a little bit too much time looking for things on eBay and things like that I don't really need or whatnot. But it's fun. And if I can get a bargain, I'll do it. I do have to occasionally tell myself, no, that's enough. And I shut it down. Or with my computer goes dead, I'm like, okay, my computer's telling me it's time to shut it down. So I do, right? I think you're absolutely right. False sense of control. False sense is right. False sense is right. Yeah. Kind of like moving to the suburbs when you think that nothing happens in the suburbs. So you move to the suburbs and you get out of the city. And yeah, we learned that pretty quick that crime and delinquency happens in the suburbs too. And it happens by rich kids and poor kids and all kinds of kids. Mm-hmm. You became allergic to wheat. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yeah, those food allergies are really, really serious for sure. I buy for the really, I think you're absolutely right, resale therapy. And I was talking about that the other day too when I bought these 2 rings. Remember I showed you last week, guys? And you guys didn't get to see this if you're not in the auction. But I showed you this ring about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It's the Brutalist Design by James Avery. And I found that and I loved it. But then I was retail therapy. I was shopping on somewhere, Macari. I was shopping everywhere, guys. And I found it in silver. And I've never seen it in silver either. Well, this is from the 60s. So I was like, I have to have it. I had to buy it. I had to possess it. I may sell it one day, but I kind of feel like that's the fun of resale. And I think that's kind of the way, maybe it's not a justification, maybe it's actually a factual thing, because we can possess something for a while and then we can resell it. And we know it's going up in value if it's James Avery and if it's a precious metal. I don't really think gold goes down very much. So I really think that helps. Yeah. So, but it's like this insatiable appetite that I have to have it, even if I'm only going to have it for a year or maybe less. But I got it. I saw it. I felt it in my hands. It's so strange, but it's just an obsession, an insatiable obsession sometimes. But again, it is an investment. It is an investment. Jewelry is a great investment, especially fine jewelry, but costume jewelry too. It really is. So it is. And with bags as well, it's like I had to have a certain Louis Vuitton, and I still want another one I haven't gotten. But I still haven't been able to tell myself, okay, Thelma, you can buy it. You need to buy it. You want to buy it before you die. And who knows what that's going to be. It's probably going to be really soon. So it's true. But anyway, handbags are the same way for me. If it's a certain it bag, oh, I want it so bad. It may not be the it bag that you want and other people want, like a Chanel. I don't think I would ever want a Chanel. I love the way they look. I just know that it wouldn't be practical for me. Not the little tiny little flaps or whatever. But there's certain Louis Vuittons that I have absolutely had to have. There's certain Doonies, even the classic Doonies. Where is it? I'm not going to show it to you right now, but it's like a little briefcase, like a little mini briefcase. I had to have it when I saw my aunt carrying one when she came to see my dad at the hospital. And I was like, oh my God, I have to have that. I've had it twice already. I've sold it once. I do have one left, but I just had to have it. Yeah, it's so true. You found a giant gold butterfly pin this morning. Fabulous. And that hunt, oh my God, that insatiable hunt. What are we going to do if they close the thrift store? What are we going to do? I tried to send my husband today, but see, that's another thing. My daughter's like, why are you sending him to the Goodwill? Don't you know that he's vulnerable? I was like, oh my gosh. But y'all are going here and there. But anyway, he didn't go. And he's like, don't they know I have a will? I can say no. And he did say no. But they were all on me. They won't have that. You have a dish and linens obsession? Yeah. Oh, Shirley, I love leather bags too. No-name bags too get me every time, especially the Italian variety. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up, guys. It looks like we're going on an hour. I really love spending time with you guys. I hope you come back to another Heart to Heart soon. I'm usually here around 8 o'clock Central on Mondays. It's going to be like really, I think I'm going to be pretty accurate at 8 o'clock on every Monday because of this shutdown we're having. I'm so worried about what's going to happen with our school. You know anything good about it, guys? I'm so excited. And I will say this, I don't care who agrees or disagrees. And I am all about, I think, I think testing is good. I really do. I think it's a good gauge. It's a good measurement, but it shouldn't be the only one. And we have canceled our star in Texas. We are not going to hold our kids accountable for one lousy test that comes once a year, and they get so stressed and they get, I mean, they talk about anxiety. They get so anxious. They get so anxious about it. And I just now, I've been with middle school for 3 years, but prior to that, I'm talking kindergarten kids would vomit in the wastebasket because they knew they were taking some kind of a test. Even what were they? They were testing once for GT. I'm like, why are they testing these kids in kindergarten for GT? I really feel like sometimes, I don't know. I'm just glad I don't sit on those boards because I would be upset. I'd probably be kicked out. I just feel like it's too young to gauge someone. They develop in so many different times, the 3-year-olds, the 4-year-olds, they just, some of them don't even speak till they're close to 4. That doesn't mean they're not going to be bright, so I'm just really, really upset and about when they do that. And I'm really happy we canceled it for this year. And we're not basing our entire stakes on it, because even our special education kids, guys, even the ones that can barely hold a pencil have to take that STAR test. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. It's just, it's skewed. It's crazy and it's insane. And I am not afraid to say it. Anxiety disorders. It does not help. No. And I'm so happy when people take a stand and they say, no, we're just going to sit it out. And they have to be absent for the entire week, because then they're subject to taking the retake, or the makeup rather. So no, I think that's the only good thing so far that I have seen. One good thing, rather, I shouldn't say the only good thing, but one good thing that has come from this crisis is that we are canceling the STAR and realizing that it's not as important as we think it is all year long. Starting from right now, I guess we would have gotten back in a week. It would have been nothing but testing to prepare these kids for this STAR test, for the standards-based state test assessment. So we would have done a mock STAR, which it's literally for 4 hours long, all day for our special kids that need the extended time. Exactly the same. I mean, why do they have to take a mock? They take a mock to see how good they're going to do on the real one. And then the other is, the 6th graders take 1 or 2 subjects 2 different days a week. Then the 8th graders and the 7th graders. Then there's retakes. If they don't pass it, they can do a retake, because they actually aren't supposed to pass the grade, but there's so much gray in between that. So anyway, it would have been all about that. And the teachers having to do what they're told, which is teach to the test so that they can pass the test. So I'm going to get off my soapbox now. Forget about that. I don't control the world. I can't change what they've done. Tried Manuka honey yet? Oh, no, not yet. I need to get to Trader Vic's. And every time I've gone to Trader Vic's, it's been so chill. I haven't gone this last couple of days, though. I went Thursday before. I think it was that Thursday or Wednesday before we were dismissed and told not to come back for a while. Shopping for their emergency food, crying, scared about their future. Oh my gosh. And they shouldn't be. That's going to be straightened out. You guys out there, if anybody's out there in university or whatever, it'll be straightened out, guys. It's happened before with other things. I was telling one of my coworkers, because her niece was being sent home from Grenada, South America. They hadn't even gotten any really cases there, I don't believe, but she's studying to be a doctor, and she was sent home early from Grenada. And I was telling her that when we had Hurricane Harvey, I believe it was here, my son's best friend was in medical school here at UT Galveston, and he had to lose a whole semester, but they made it up. They wound up, fixing things here or there, making up some kind of things on Saturdays and weekends and all day classes and whatever they had to do. But he graduated on time, or he was awarded his doctorate in medicine on time. His mother actually lost her job because her hospital completely shut because it was torn apart. But things were patched up and worked out, and it will work out. Yeah. So take your any young people that you know, and talk to them and reassure them that it'll be worked out. They're going to work it out. It's got to be. All right. So all we can do is pray about it. I'll be praying for you guys. Keep us in your prayers over here as well. And know that I'm thinking about y'all. Thank you, Miss Sharon. That I'm thinking about y'all and those that are in Seattle and Washington and the really affected places right now, or if you have relatives that you can't see because of the lockdowns and all of that, I'll be praying that that changes for all of us very soon, all right? And tomorrow I will hopefully do a video. I'm going to record one right now. Hopefully the lighting is better. And upload it early in the morning for people that wake up early on the other side of the world, all right? Have a wonderful night, guys. It was wonderful talking to you. I hope you enjoyed the heart to heart. Give us a thumbs up if you do, and we'll be back hopefully next Monday if God's willing. Bye-bye.